Hello everyone, I hope you are all fine. Right, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my account. Right, in today's video, I want to explain the concept of three-column cash book. So today we are doing three-column cash book, and the source is Ronald Accounting Textbook on page number 45. So those that already have this textbook, you need to open on page number 45, right? So those that are new here on my account, the source that we use, because everyone will be asking me, so what is the source that you encourage us to use? What is the source that you are using to explain all the the concept, right? So this is the source, guys. I encourage you to purchase this source, right? I encourage you to purchase this textbook. Remember, this is the textbook that I authored, right? So this is my textbook. So those who want it, you need to inbox me. Then I will make an order for you. Right? Everything that you are going to see on my videos, this is the source. So remember, I explained the importance of using the correct source, because syllabus, they are changing every day, and this is the latest textbook that was released this year, right? So what you need to know before you do any topic, you need to know the learning objectives. You need to know the learning objectives. You need to know areas that are going to be examined by examiners. Right. So these are the objectives for this topic. So the first thing that you need to know is the definition of a three-column cash book. You need to know the purpose of a three-column cash book. You need to know the layout of a three-column cash book. You need to know the treatment of trade and cash discount in the three-column cash book. So I know that most of you, you know what is the purpose of a three-column cash book, the layout of a three-column cash book. But when it comes to the treatment of trade and cash discount, that's where most of you fails. So by the end of this video, or by the end of this topic, because maybe I'm going to make 2 or 3 videos explaining same concept to make the video short. So by the end of this topic, you need to be able to know how to treat trade discount and the cash discount in the three-column cash book. So please don't forget to like, to follow, to subscribe, especially to my YouTube account, because that's where I post full videos. When it comes to my Facebook, there's a limitation. You know these reels, it must be short. Then, so the YouTube one, that's where I post full videos, and also in the WhatsApp group. So if you are not in my WhatsApp group, please, you need to come to my inbox. Then I will give you the link. Then you join. Also in my WhatsApp group, you are going to see some regular posts all about accounting, different concepts. So you need to be in that group, right? So let's start with the definition, the purpose, then you go to the layout. Right, so you need to know the difference. Remember, this is cash book in general. This is cash book. We have 2 types of cash book. We have 2-column cash book, and we have 3-column cash book. And you need to know the difference between the 2-column cash book and the 3-column cash book. Right. So when it comes to a cash book in general, a cash book, this is the book of prime entry that is used to record all cash or bank transaction. That's the simple definition of the cash book, right? Irregardless of being a 2-column or a 3-column cash book. In general, a cash book, we use a cash book to record all cash and the bank transaction. So that's the definition, whether it's 2-column or whether it's 3-column, right? So now, the difference now when it comes to 3 or 2-column cash book, you need to know that in the 3-column cash book, there is another column for discount, right? So there is cash, there is bank, there is discount column. That's why it's called 3-column cash book. It's because there's bank, there's cash, there's discount column. But when it comes to 2-column cash book, there is only cash and the bank. There is no discount column. So that's why it's called 2-column cash book and 3-column cash book. Right. So let's move on to the layout of a 3-column cash book. All right. So when it comes to the layout of a 3-column cash book, when it comes to the layout of a 3-column cash book, right? So this is the general layout, right? So this is bank, cash, discount, right? I'm leaving date column because I don't have space here, but there must be a date, right? Bank, cash, discount, then details. Right, so first you must put your date, but I don't have space here. Right, so I'm going to start with the details, right? Then discount, right? So discount what? Allowed. Right, so here on debit side, this is debit side, this is credit side. This side there is discount allowed, right? Discount allowed goes hand in hand with sales. Then discount received goes hand in hand with purchases, right? So this is cash, this is bank, right? Here this is details, this is discount received, right? This is cash, this is bank, right? So this is debit side, this is credit side, right? So we have detail, discount, cash, and bank. Details, discount received, cash, and bank. So the 3-column part, that's where the name comes from. 1, 2, 3. That's where 3-column is the name comes from because of these 3 columns, right? So when it comes to the 2-column cash book, there's only cash and the bank. There's no discount. That's why it's called 2-column cash book. Right. So in general, you need to know that here on the debit side, we put all receipts. On the debit side, we put all receipts. In other words, all the money that we are receiving in the business, we put on the debit side. Then on the credit side, we put all payments, right? So the payment made by bank, you record it under bank column. The payment made by cash, you record it under cash column. Also here, the receipt via cash, you record it under cash. The receipt via bank, you record it via bank. So I'm just going to put some of the receipts that appears on the debit side. There, some of the payments that appears on the credit side. Remember, these are not only receipts or payments, but just a layout in general. So on the debit side, we put sales. Right, we start with balance BD, right? If there is any balance BD, we are just saying, let's say we started our month with 500 cash. So you write balance BD 500 cash under cash column. Then also you need to know that in the bank account, it's possible for us to start with the balance BD on the credit side. So if you see the balance BD on the credit side in the bank column, it means that's a bank overdraft. In other words, we started with a bank overdraft, a negative bank. So if you see a balance BD on the credit side under bank column, that one is a bank overdraft. But if you see it under debit side, it means an asset, right? Right. So receipts here, maybe we have sales. These sales maybe we made these sales via what? Bank. Then another sale, another receipt that we can, it's a receipt from debtors. So if there is any receipt from debtors, you need to write the name of what? The name of the debtor, right? So you can write James. Maybe James paid us via what? Via cash. Then also another possible receipt that we might have. Maybe we are renting out our premises, rent received, right? maybe the tenant paid us via cash. Also, another receipt that you can receive is commission. Maybe we are working under commission, right? Commission received, right? Commission received, commission received, right? Maybe this one we received it via cash, right? Then also another receipt, maybe we disposed some of our asset, sale of what? Sale of fixed asset, fixed asset, right? Then it's via what? Via bank, right? Then under payments, maybe we did some purchases. Then these purchases we received a discount, so that's where you calculate the discount amount, you put under discount column, and we made it via bank, right? Then also we purchased maybe these are purchases, right? Maybe we purchased an asset, computer, so you write computer. Maybe we purchased it via cash, right? Then maybe we paid a creditor. Maybe the name was Chris. You write Chris, right? We paid Chris. Maybe you received a discount, right? You calculate the discount. You put it in the discount column. Maybe this one was via cash. Then you write the cash. Another payment. Maybe we paid rent, right? Using bank, then you write bank. So transactions, these are not the only transactions that we put in the 3-column cash book. I'm just giving you a simple layout that all payments you need to record on the credit side, all receipts on the debit side, right? Then when you are done like this, you balance off, right? You need to learn how to balance off our what? Our 3-column cash book. You need to know how to balance off our 3-column cash book, right? So what are you going to do when you balance off your 3-column cash book, right? You need to do step by step, not to balance all the columns at once. So you need to add everything. You start with this discount. You need to add everything in the discount column. As you can see, there's nothing. Then also here, discount received, you just add, you put the figure here. Then let's start with the cash column. So you just compare the cash column debit side and credit side to see which side is bigger than the other. Let's say debit side is bigger than, so you add everything on the debit side. Same amount that you are putting here, you also put it here, right? Then you are now saying this minus everything on the credit side. So the difference called balance CD. Balance CD. So here is the balance CD. Then you come to the bank column. So you compare debit side and credit side bank column. Let's say this one is bigger than this, credit side is bigger than debit. So it means you add everything. Remember, we balance off using the bigger amount. So the same amount that we put here is the same amount that we put here. Then you are now saying this, subtract everything. It's also called balance CD, the difference. Right. So these balance CD, don't leave them like this. Leave them hanging like this. You need to transfer them as balance. So this balance CD will become balance BD here under cash column. Then also this one will become balance. Will become balance BD this side. So in general, this is a 3-column cash book. So in summary, 3-column cash book, debit side, you put receipts. These are examples of receipts. Credit side, you put payments. These are examples of payments. So in general, this is the layout of the 3-column cash book. So this one is very easy like this, to know that debit side you put receipts, credit side you put payments. Most of learners, their struggle is on treatment of trade and cash discount. And because remember also this part is very familiar when it comes to paper 1. So you need also to know how to calculate and how to record trade discount and cash discount. So after watching this video, you need also to scroll down and look for another video where I'm going to explain about this part. So already definition, purpose, and layout we are done in this video. So in the next video, I'm going to explain the treatment of trade and cash discount. Right. So stay tuned.